guys, and welcome to another video in my 12 days of makeup. If you are just tuning in, my style of vlogmas is the 12 days of makeup, so every other day from December 1st to December 23rd, I am uploading a video revolving around the number 12. So today is a get ready with me, and I have 12 makeup products in front of me, and we are going to do a full face using 12 makeup products. That is why my makeup is not done yet. This was a suggestion from Fiona, so thank you, Fiona, for this suggestion. And it's just gonna be super cash. We're gonna get ready together. We're gonna do some chatting, some makeup. So if you want to get ready, grab your makeup. We can do it together. And if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly, and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking. I love makeup. I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the KBellaBeauty fam, but why don't we go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, talk about up close and personal. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I will be sharing the 12 products with you since that's what this video is about. I'm gonna start with my Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops. I have been using these probably for most of the year. When did I get these drops? Did I get them at the end of last year? I have dry skin, if you don't know, and I really look for base products that are super hydrating, that will give my skin some extra moisture, because when your skin is feeling nice and hydrated, the rest of your makeup application will go on nicely. So this has definitely been like a staple go-to product for me. I know that niacinamide is supposed to be like brightening. I don't really struggle with darkness, and I don't know that I notice anything like being super bright, but the reason why I love this product so much is because it is super hydrating. This is what I'm using to prime my face. Now, is this going to help with the longevity, make my foundation stick? Probably not, but since I could only pick one product, we're gonna go with hydration. So here's a question. Do you start with your eyes first or your base? I am usually a base girl, so that's what we're gonna start with. And for foundation, I am going to use my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I am in the shade Light 7, and we're gonna use my BK Beauty Sponge to blend this out. Now, this foundation is definitely one that surprised me. I've heard a lot of people rave about it. It's really pricey. I wanna say it's normally like $68 or something. I'm just gonna pump like a pump and a half on the back of my hand. I wasn't expecting this to be as liquidy and watery as it is. I don't really know what I was expecting. I've heard so many different people with so many different skin types rave about this foundation, but I remember when I tried it for the first time, I was just like super surprised at how liquidy it is. Now, I don't mind that. One of my like OG favorite foundations that's actually been discontinued is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. That one was a favorite of mine for so long, and that's what this kind of reminds me of, because that one was super liquidy, very lightweight. You do get more of like a lighter coverage. You could probably build up some areas to be a little bit more on the medium end, but overall for me, this foundation is pretty light coverage. That's my style. I like it. I enjoy this foundation. I just found that since purchasing it, I don't reach for it a ton. So that's why I thought I would throw it in today's video. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I do have freckles, being a natural redhead, and you can still see the freckles. So if I had any redness or irritation, like that will get covered up, but any of my freckles and beauty marks, like those aren't gonna get covered up by this foundation. So this is one layer of foundation. You can see like I'm very much evened out, but you can still see my skin underneath. I am going to get just probably another, I guess maybe a full pump, because it is so lightweight. I guess that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing about this foundation. So for me, this foundation, I mean for everybody, this foundation is pretty expensive, but for me personally, my expensive products, like I want to use them. I want to get my money's worth. I want to use it up completely. So the good thing is, because I am pumping out so much, if this was more full coverage or even more medium coverage, one pump would be enough for me. But because this is very much like a light coverage foundation, I do often go in with more. So I mean, that's good in the sense that hopefully I will be able to use that up. But I know there are some people who are like, I spent an arm and a leg for this. I don't want to go through it. So if you don't have a ton of foundations and like you're only looking for like that one go-to, you know, I have tons of foundations, but if you only have one, you could very well go through this pretty quickly. And that's something that, depending on your personal preferences, like could be a pro or a con. So just something to keep in mind. All right, base is done. Now, usually my next step when I'm getting ready is my brows, and you can see they're pretty non-existent. I have to draw these things in every single day, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I do have a whole brow routine if you're interested in seeing how I get these brows, but this is the category where I did cheat a little bit because this is full face using only 12 makeup products, but I am counting my brow products as one because, as you can see, my brows are literally non-existent. Like, they're so thin to begin with and so light that I need these 3 products to go in. So I'm gonna use, okay, that just fell off. I'm gonna use my ABH Brow Wiz and Brow Definer in Caramel and my Clear Brow Gel, and we will be right back. Okay, so brows are on. We are ready to continue. Now, typically I go in with concealer next, but I'm almost thinking maybe I should do concealer after my eyes, because for my eyes, I want to try this new Auric product. This is the Smoke Reflect in the shade Entice. It's the green one. I thought it would be great for Christmas. Now this honestly, I probably should not have purchased this because, okay. If you saw my video where I talked about like 12 products that didn't live up to the hype, these Smoke Reflex did that for me. I just find that they're not as easy as I expected them to be. I have to use my fingers. I don't love using my fingers, and I put this product as not a fave, and I actually had one in the shade Defiance, got rid of that one, gave it to Smegs, and she loved it, but this green really sucked me in. So let me grab a couple brushes, and I think we'll do the eyes first. Okay, this is actually a concealer brush, and I think what I'm gonna do is take like a tiny bit on my finger. Oh, I didn't prime. I almost forgot to prime. Okay, that's one of my products. So the Fenty eye primer is what I have been using, and I guess you probably don't necessarily have to prime when you're using this Auric product, but I always prime my eyes, so we will go ahead and do that. Oh no, I have Auric right here. Let me try my pinky, and then I'll go in with the Auric on top. Okay, so then I have the Auric on my finger, and I think what we're gonna do is just initially apply it on my finger, but because I have nails, it's like hard to get into these little creasy areas, but I felt like this concealer brush might do the trick. I have not tried using the concealer brush with this product yet. I don't think these are bad. I think if you enjoy cream products like this, you will enjoy it. It's just that it's not as easy and seamless as I was hoping it would be. See, and then like we have this crease, so I'm just gonna take like a fluffy brush with no product and try and blend the crease. I've actually worn this once. I wore it to work and I tried a crease shade, like just like a brown crease shade, and didn't love it. So I thought maybe I can try and like not put a product in the crease, but also I want to like build up this lid shade. See, this is why I just feel like I was hoping this would be something that was quick and easy, but it's actually quite the process for me. See, and this is why I'm glad I'm like saving my concealer, because the cream has like gotten down here and I feel like it's just like making that area not look the best, but with some concealer we'll be able to sharpen that up a bit. I think that's probably as good as I'm going to get with the cream base. I'm just wiping that finger off, and I'm gonna go in with the topper and put it on my finger and press it on top of the lid. Now in the promo pictures, this looked so beautiful. I've seen a few people post using this. Britt Clark posted a look, and I just feel like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I feel like it doesn't look as nice on me. I mean, this is something where if you like this type of product, you may very well like this, but it definitely is not, you know, I was right the first time when I said it wasn't for me, but you know what? It'll be fun to play with every now and then. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Let me do the other eye and then we will continue. Okay, perhaps we will love this eye look a little more when it's done. Okay, let's move on to our next product, which is concealer. This is new to my collection. It's the Kosas Revealer Concealer in the shade 03W. I do like that this is very creamy. It's definitely not too thick. I do typically struggle with dry under eyes. The only thing is I've heard people say this, that it pulls pretty warm, and I do find that to be true. It does pull pretty yellow, pretty warm. Honestly, I typically go in with my Thrive concealer, which is a little bit lighter and brighter, and do 1 dot in each like little eye area and then blend it out. But since we can only use 12 products, we are just going in with this one today. I know that my friend Heather Austin likes to let her concealer sit a little bit, and that makes it a little bit more full coverage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute, and then I'm going to blend it out with my damp beauty sponge, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I honestly would love to go in underneath my lash line with that cream shade, but I'm not even gonna try to do that, or that I wish that I had like an olive tone. I think what we might do is go in with the bronzer on the lower lash line, because I gotta put something there. I mean, this is a pretty bold eye. Our next product is going to be the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Just trying to shake it up a little bit. This is in my project pan, and after Vlogmas toward the end of December, Kara and I will be coming back to update you on our project pan. But what I like to do is take a little bit of this, and I'm talking a little bit, like I'm blending it in the cap, and just set, I only set underneath my eyes and my forehead because I have forehead wrinkles. And so I want to set my concealer. I got some fine lines there, and we'll set the forehead and the smile lines, but not the whole face. Okay, for bronzer, an oldie but a goodie. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is in the shade Fair Medium, the full size. I'm gonna use the Sculpt shade, and I'm actually going to take 2 brushes. So this one is the Refer number 4, and first I'm gonna dip in and like press this in as a contour. I typically have been going in with 2 bronzers. I've been using this one, this Sculpt shade, more as like a contour, and then taking a second like bronzery shade and going in with that one. But we are going to use just this one. This is my only product, and 2 different brushes to create the vibe we want. Okay, so same product, BK103. This time, just kind of giving it a good blend and buffing everything out. I want it to look like a little bit contoured and chiseled, but I don't want like a harsh line. And then we can just kind of bronze up the rest of the face. Okay, I think we need to switch up the blush plan here. Originally, I thought I was going to go in with the Melt Cosmetics blush in the shade Raw Honey, and the reason why I was going to choose this one is because it does have a nice sheen to it, but I think this is where I went wrong last time when I created this eye look using Entice, is I went in with something too pink, and it felt like a little clownish to me, so I'm going to pick a different blush. I need a blush more on like the tan nude side, so we will go in with an Old Faithful. This is MAC Melba, and I'm gonna put this on the cheeks. We will use a nice fluffy brush. This is just the Real Techniques blush brush. This blush is pretty pigmented, but I feel like this is gonna be better, more of a nude. I definitely think that will go better than a pink, because that's what happened when I wore this to work. I was like, ooh, I used my Jouer Adore Me, which isn't even super pink, but it just looked too pink with the eye look, and I didn't like it. So I think nude is the way to go. It also makes sense for me to use a MAC blush since MAC has come up a few times in my 12 days of makeup, both in 12 forgotten favorites and 12 most repurchased. So it's fitting to go in with a classic MAC Melba. You may consider this cheating, you may not. Originally, I wasn't gonna go in with a highlighter because the Melt Raw Honey was gonna do that for me, but we're still sticking with my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I was only going to use the Sculpt, but it's still only 12 products, right? So we will go in with the highlight side, and this is more of like a soft, natural looking highlight. I typically like something a little bit more bright and beaming, but this will work. It'll give me a little subtle glow just to kind of put that on the high points of my face. Okay, so here's what we're looking like. I did go in with the mascara, and I went in with this Bite Beauty Upswing Full Volume Mascara. Now, it did get a little clumpy on me. Typically, I like to go in with a volumizing mascara, and then I follow it up with like some kind of lengthening mascara. Right now, I've been using the Benefit Roller Lash, but because I'm only using one mascara, it looks a little thick, but that's okay. Underneath the eyes, we did a little bit of a bronzer blush combo. So now we're going to go in with lips, and these are my last two products. I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude and Dominique Cosmetics Pretty Natural Lipstick, and we're gonna do a bit of a nude combo. Pretty Natural has become one of my favorite nudes. It's just, it says the name Dominique on it, and the D-O are completely gone, and we're starting in on the M. I just love this one. It's a great like neutral nude. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It looks really nice with Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. So I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you out. We will double check and make sure I stayed within the 12 product range, and I'll give you another quick rundown of what's on my face. Sorry if the lighting's changing a little bit. The sun is like coming and going, and there are some windows over there. So here is the finished look. Also, I forgot to show you in the beginning my little Christmas shirt. I'm wearing festive Christmas shirts. Okay, so product number 1, Glow Recipe and Niacinamide Dewdrops. Product number 2, Pat McGrath Foundation. Product number 3, cheated a little bit, my brow products. Product number 4, right here. Product number 5, product number 6, product number 7. Oh, I forgot my primer. Product number 8. Product number 9 was right in here. Product number 10, product number 11, and number 12. We made it. We made it through full face using 12 products, although I cheated a little bit with my brows. I am slightly disappointed though, because I chose to use my Auric and not an actual like eyeshadow palette. I don't have an inner corner pop. So I am going to film another video after this, and I'm going to cheat and add an inner corner pop, but this is the finished look here. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed before you go, because I won't be back tomorrow, but I will be back the day after that. We have the 12 days of makeup going on here, and I would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.